The reason why I'm filming this is because I feel an urge to share this, possibly to help you or someone that you know who've been diagnosed with cancer. Hi, my name is Jassica, and I was diagnosed with leukemia 3 years ago. Now, when one is diagnosed with AML, acute myeloid leukemia, as I was, it should already be treated as an emergency. In fact, because my blood counts were already a little off charts, I was told by the doctor that if I don't start chemotherapy right away, I would only have a few short weeks left. I remember that night reading up on the negative sides of chemotherapy. But it became clear to me that my situation was so serious that I had no other option but to start chemotherapy right away. So I underwent several months of chemotherapy, and after the third cycle, I decided to stop the treatment for two main reasons. One, the discomfort just became too much for me. Two, in my consultations with the doctor, he was very honest and frank about the risks and complications involved in the stem cell transplant, which was to follow after the fifth cycle. So I decided to go home, take what comes, but in a positive way. So I went home. Many weeks went by, not knowing whether help was going to come, if it ever would, or what would happen to me for that matter. Hours and hours of research was done, and one amazing magical day, as I was searching through the internet, I stumbled upon Vidian, and that was the day everything changed. We called Vidian on the phone straight away, and immediately, for many reasons, felt comfortable with him. So we flew over to India with all my medical reports, met Vidian, and he did his assessment on me by checking my nadi, which is a point here. And as things unfolded, we became aware that he's obviously very knowledgeable and reassuring, and we somehow felt very strongly that I could trust him. And really, that was the best decision I've ever made. So Vidian then went on to explain in greater detail how his treatment would go. So the treatment process would go on for about a year and a half. I needed to take his medicine about 4 to 5 times a day at very specific times, and I had to be on time. I wasn't allowed to cut my nails or my hair on any part of my body. My hair could not be cut for a year and a half, but my nails, I could only cut them when he allowed, which was about a month apart. I was only allowed to wash initially once a week and with cooled boiled water. This went on for about a year. Also, I had to be on a pure vegetarian diet. And there were also other restrictions like no going under the sunlight, definitely no direct contact with rainwater, no touching and drinking unboiled water, and no sex. I would see Vidian once a month. Either I would go to India or he would come to see me. He would check my nadi and determine how he would proceed. And all during this time, I would still go for my regular blood tests in the hospital at Vidian's assistance, really. Okay, now I want to add that all these disciplines that I've mentioned apply to me and most others, but it may not specifically apply to you. And this will be up to Vidian and your particular condition. It bears to note that for Vidian to be able to treat a patient, it requires on his part a great deal of time and cost. So because of this, he's only able to treat a very few patients at a time, as his main concentration is on medicinal preparation. Also, one of the vital steps in the healing process as far as leukemia is concerned is the Mama Tantra, which is a healing technique with hands working on specific points of the physical body, dealing with 7 mamas at the back and 3 mamas on the head, out of 108 mamas altogether on the human body. So, throughout the year and a half of undergoing his treatment, I felt full of energy, normal, and could go about my business like anyone. So, although his strict disciplines might sound daunting, it is actually very easy. Much easier than having to be in hospital for a full month every couple of weeks. There was no physical pain, no needles prodding my body, whilst having to be stuck in a hospital room for weeks on end. So, you know, I was and still am very grateful because it was just very easy. The greatest blessing has been, apart from knowing that I will fully recover, was the warm relationship that has been developed with this man, Vaidian. He remains to this day our deepest, dearest friend. And really because of him, I feel that I've been given a second chance. So to all of you out there who chooses this path, I wish you blessings, love, and wellness.